Hi there, you're at the Cronos Wyckoff analysis session, and given the retracement this week, has Cronos reached its buying climax already? So let's take a quick look. Here, we're looking at the weekly chart. We always start with weekly because that controls where the daily can go. So, 2 weeks ago, we put in a tag, like, given the price is or has been surging past the sign of strength, looks like it has already entered the PSY period. That's the preliminary supply, not the PSY from Korea, the Gangnam style one. So, where is the buying climax? Last one back in late 2024. Basically, it tested the purple resistance line at around 23 cents 30. Now, here it's still far from that point. It's only like 2/3, or not even 2/3 maybe, to that point. So this red candle over here, we're still early, there's still half a week to go, and during the PSY period, sometimes it doesn't go like what we have seen in November, December time back in 2024. Those with three big green bars up there. There are times where the PSY period was like a bit of horizontal trading with red and green candles intertwined before the actual buying climax comes. So don't put in the judgment too early saying the buying climax has already arrived. It may not be the case. And looking at the volume itself, even though it's been on a declining trend, for the bulls, you may be glad to see the red volume doesn't go very high. If it stays below the green, that's a positive sign for a higher buying climax than this point. It doesn't mean the buying climax doesn't end here. It still can if really there is no more demand. But hopefully, given all the positivity or clarity than what we had in late 2024, I hope it's going to climb further. Of course, it depends on the competitive advantage between Cronos and the other crypto projects. If Cronos maintains its competitive edge and adoption and community support, there's no reason why it can't perform better. So that's the big picture, the backdrop. And if we go down one level, 2 weeks ago we put in this tag. Obviously, the buying climax now for the daily chart is way higher than where it was. So that's a prolonged PSY period I already mentioned. So I borrowed this instead of typing everything, just delete the L. That's the preliminary supply period. And now, here, it's still trying to head to a high point, currently suppressed under this light blue line, resistance line at around 15 cents 30. Like I said in the beginning in the weekly chart, if it's still going towards the new buying climax, certainly this has not completed yet. A normal stage of the buying climax in the chart, according to Wyckoff pattern, is the automatic reaction. So now, look at this. I wouldn't say we have seen the automatic reaction yet. If it really reaches the point at around this green line, I would consider that a more solid automatic reaction. After automatic reaction, there may be second test or even a test higher than the buying climax. We call those upthrust. I'll borrow this tag here, not the BC, just the UT. I'll name it as a second test for now. So hopefully, why I put it here now, because if the chart on the weekly develops a horizontal trading at this PSY period, like I mentioned before, in the daily chart, that will be the automatic reaction, and then second test, and maybe even more second test, depending on how many cycles it happens in the weekly. So that's how I'm going to read the chart or interpret or predicted the different scenarios. So if it happens that way, and let's say if there's only one down, one up, like in the weekly chart, then it will continue to climb to the buying climax in the weekly chart, and that's where in the daily we call that an upthrust. So that's where the upthrust we had in end of May, near end of May. So that's one of the scenarios that could happen if the price really dies down from here, like I said in the weekly chart. Then obviously if this goes down, there's no way the daily chart can go up above that point, the high point I mean. It can go up in between, those fluctuations are fine. If that's the case, then it will die down from the buying climax straight into another accumulation. So that's another scenario that can happen. But as of this moment, the volume themselves looks pretty healthy. So it looks to me that it's still going on towards the upside, unless there are some significant change of tides events that's going to happen, or some big news coming out that's going to completely smash Cronos. Not that I am seeing this as of this moment. If you're catching these news, let me know in the comment. So to close this, I just want to quickly check the Cronos squeeze as well. If the price has been going up like this, obviously there shouldn't be a squeeze. A squeeze means the orange lines are bracketing the purple. So what happened was, if you're new to this, let me shut down the drawings so it's easier. So there was a period of bracketing right over here, and then the price dropped to a level where this point there was, so it's not entirely engulfed by the orange, but it's still getting close enough for a squeeze, and that's why we have this significant price movements upward. So whenever a squeeze happens, there will be significant price movement, where whether it's upwards or downwards, it depends on the stage where we are at. That's why I combine this with the Wyckoff analysis to look at the price moves. So as of now, we're still far from a squeeze. So unless there is a black swan event, I'm not expecting some crazy price moves for the time being. So it ties with the story that maybe there will be some sort of horizontal movements in the next few days or even 1 or 2 weeks. So let's see what's going to happen. That's for Cronos.